Hey guys, welcome back to my channel. Today we are doing a cozy little speed build that I made for a family of 4 for my save file. It is not pack friendly, but my next upload will be a base game only build, so we all have that to look forward to. Anyways, let's jump right in. Okay, we're gonna get started. This is apartment 2B Jasmine Suites in the Spice District. I made this build for a little family of 4, the Bass family. They're in my save file. Mom Stevie, Dad Louie, and then their 2 daughters, Piper and Zuri. And they have like a little family, little story. So uh Stevie and Louie, they both kind of had like a rough upbringing with their families, and so they couldn't have been more excited to start their own family together. I picture them as like high school sweethearts. And maybe they got pregnant with their first child at a young age, their daughter Piper. So Piper and Zuri basically like were the best things that ever happened to them. So they moved to the city. They wanted to give them just such a fun life with lots of experiences. Uh, and adventures, and I don't know, I think that they're just huge on family time, so that's super cute and fun. So I built this apartment with them in mind. I struggled a little bit with the floor plan, as you could probably tell, but this back half of the apartment is the bedrooms for the girls. They have a little Jack and Jill bathroom that they get to share. It's very cute. I really like how it ended up turning out. If you can't tell, I am still sick, so I wanted to get some videos out for you guys, but please bear with me. I probably look a hot mess. I feel a hot mess. I sound a hot mess. So bear with me. Anyways, I love subway tiles. I think they're so cute. So I was super happy to put these subway tiles in the bathroom. It just looks very cute. I also love this shower tub combo is from Parenthood, and I love the little elephant swatch. I think it's the cutest ever, just absolutely to die for. Uh, I think that this sink is also from Parenthood, and I wanted to fit the little toddler toilet in because they're kids, Zuri and Piper. Piper is a kid. She's like probably in elementary school, and Zuri is a toddler. So I needed to make sure I could fit the toddler toilet. You also have to have bathtubs for the toddlers, so that's why there are 3 bathrooms in this apartment. 3 bathrooms, 3 bedrooms. Um, 2 of the bathrooms have tubs in them. One of them just has a standing shower. I think I put the one from university in. I don't know. We'll get there eventually though. But I tried to give this little bathroom like so much personality since it was for the kids. I really wanted them to I wanted to feel like they really can express themselves. So it was very cute. I also put this window in here. I think it's okay. It's up pretty high, so it's not like people on the street should be able to see in. But I think it's good for ventilation in the apartment. Apartments need good ventilation, so I think I ended up putting it like way above the shower. Uh, and I was having a really hard time picking windows at the very beginning, but I ended up going with these ones. These were the Happy Birthday Sims windows. I think these came with the 10th anniversary of Sims 4 or something. I cannot remember, but they look very, very cute. Here I'm adding a little entryway, which I do in almost all of my builds, especially in apartments, because I think it is just nice to have that little separation. You come in, you take your shoes off, and then you go into the apartment, you sit down, have dinner with the family, or whatever. And I was looking for a good door since this entryway is pretty small. I wanted to use like a sliding door so that I could still fit a little table in there where they can like set their keys down when they come home from work or whatever they might do. So I went with that sliding glass door. And then I just spent some time looking at the rest of the build, trying to figure out exactly how I wanted to place things. And this half right here at the front, this is going to be the parents' bedroom and their ensuite bathroom. I was thinking about making that little area like a little desk area, but I ended up turning it into another bathroom, a third bathroom for guests. So then I didn't like this little area either, so I ended up tearing that wall down. I put the kitchen in this little corner. I went with these cabinets I think these are from For Rent at first, and then I added the little fridge from what pack? Parenthood. And that fridge has the little wood piece going around it. And I think it just matches the best, obviously, with the counters from Parenthood. So I ended up changing all of these counters out for the Parenthood ones. I think the Parenthood counters just work so much better. I also wanted to make this apartment like very colorful. I feel like the family that lives here, they're just very fun, kind of funky personalities. And they have young kids, so everything is super, super colorful. They maybe came in and painted all the cabinets, I'm not sure. Or maybe they upgraded some of the stuff in their apartment. Um, but I went with this orange swatch for the kitchen, and I think it ended up looking very, very cute. This was me looking for the Parenthood sink. I don't know why I was having such a hard time finding what I was looking for, but I realized that this sink has two swatches, like a grayish looking sink and then a white sink, which I don't know why. Honestly, I don't know if there is another swatch that has like a more gray countertop, but I'm gonna I guess somehow the closet got deleted out of there. I don't know how that happened. But I noticed too at the when I was editing the video, I left these saucer lights like everywhere in super random places. So I ended up going back in afterwards and swapping the lights out for better light fixtures, and just doing some light editing. At the end of the video, we will jump into the game and I'll give you guys a little tour and introduce you to the Sims that live here. But I love this little table from the Paranormal Stuff Pack. I think it's just very beautiful and I feel like it fits this family very well. Just colorful everywhere. And then I was trying to find like a fun rug to put underneath the table, and I didn't like either of the ones that I grabbed there. So I ended up going with this one from, I believe, the laundry stuff pack. And I keep it on just that swatch. I think it's very, very beautiful. It looks very good there. And right here, the mirrors, I hate that you can't like place the mirrors however you want. So I deleted the wall so that I could put it at a height that felt more appropriate for a family, including their child and their toddler. I wanted them to feel like maybe they can check themselves out before they leave for school for the day or something. I actually not sure why I was moving around. I hope nobody gets motion sick from all of the spinning that I do here. But I hung this board from Parenthood. I think that you can use that board in game to like assign chores or something. And this was just a placeholder couch I was putting. I just wanted to see how I can space everything out in the living room to make it fit. I realized I definitely cannot fit a couch and a love seat, so I went looking for these little toddler kid looking chairs, so that the kids can have like their own personality in the living room. I love this little sheep seat. I think it's from Growing Together, possibly. I don't remember for sure. And I also was looking for that one from My First Pet Stuff, but I ended up getting rid of it because it's just not as cute as I thought it was. And then finding couches is like my favorite thing because I think the couch adds so much personality to a build. And I ended up going with the one from high school years because I think the blanket just looking like it was thrown on there kind of messily is like very cute, very much something you would see in an apartment with toddlers and young kids. And I went with this yellow swatch. I think I ended up using a lot of yellow in this build, which I'm not super mad about. I didn't change the swatch on those pillows, which I kind of wish I had, but I don't think that those the Sims actually will end up sitting there. I think those are just there for like if they have friends over, they can kind of pull out these little cushions and have extra seating. And I really liked this little polar bear book thing, but I wanted it to look better sitting on the shelf, and it just wasn't looking how I wanted. So I ended up just going with it anyways, and I got them the little gingerbread house fishbowl. I think the kids probably love having a little fish that they can come home and feed. I also use plants like so much. I clutter the heck out of apartments with plants. I didn't clutter this apartment as much as I cluttered the one in the last build, just because I think that there's just a lot going on here. There's four Sims living here, and I wanted them to be able to have a functioning space. I realized that I did not add a computer anywhere in this build, so I might go in and throw a laptop on the kitchen table or something so that they can at least have something to use. Or maybe they just go to the library and use the public computers there. I'm not sure. I love this little rug too. This is from the, oh, what pack is this from? The Cute Stuff kit or something. I can't remember the name of the kit, but I think this rug is so fun and I thought it looked really cute in this bright, colorful little family apartment. I also love this plant that has these like vines growing so beautifully. So I had to kind of, you know, move it around a little bit to get it to fall just right, but I think it looks very, very cute. And I just love the hanging plants. They just look so cute. I think that the Sims team, or maybe it's the creators who are making kits, or Sims pairing with CC creators. I don't know exactly what's happening, but the plants in the last few kits and packs that they have released are so cute. That's the cow plant one from Kayla's pack. I love Kayla's pack. I use it in every build. And these curtains are from Paranormal Stuff. I love these curtains so much. I love the little beads hanging on them. So I put them in the kids' room and I also put them in the living room. I have this yellow swatch right now, but I end up changing it to this blue. I think it is very cute. I didn't want too much yellow happening in the apartment. I think there's already kind of a lot of yellow. And then now we're just going to clutter up the kitchen. I did add a coffee pot. I don't tend to add coffee pots to my builds, but for the last few that I've done, I've added them. I think it just gives them another little thing to have in their kitchen, and I think that it clutters the area up nice. I was looking for that cute little mug rack, but I could not find it anywhere. And I ended up finding a different mug rack that I had never seen before. I can't remember which pack it's from, but it's like it almost looks like a little spinning one. It was so cute, and it came in like a little blue swatch that matched the coffee pot. So I ended up adding that, probably like right here, you'll see me add it. But it ended up looking very cute. I think the kitchen just really came together nicely. It's not super cluttered, but there's just enough to make it look lived in. Right here, I think, is when I find that little coffee mug tray thing. It is the cutest ever. I love that little blue swatch on it too. And I think it just matches that coffee pot so, so well. That might be a base game coffee pot. I can't exactly remember, to be honest with you. But I also love this little cookbook. I keep I I probably could do a better job editing, but I wanted to keep a lot of this stuff in so that you guys can really see my process of how I do things. Uh, it's very all over the place. I like this little swatch here. It looks like a handwritten cookbook with little notes written in it, and that is the cutest ever to me. The little salt shakers on the kitchen table. Now I'm going into the parents' bedroom. I Okay. As I was doing this, I realized it ended up looking very blue. So I changed a lot of things not that far away. Also, something really odd was happening. I was trying to place these curtains on this window here and raise them up, and every time I tried to raise them up, it like jumped me out into the living room. So I didn't know what was going on with that. I wanted to see the swatches on that, but it didn't work out. Yeah, it happened again. So I end up just putting the same curtains on all of the windows in there. I really don't know why it was jumping like that. It was very frustrating for me though. Anytime I tried to raise up any items in like this half of the apartment, it just jumped me back out into the living room. It was very, very odd. Also, this dresser from Island Living is so, so beautiful. When I placed that, I was like, oh my goodness, look at how gorge. And I think that this mirror from Jungle Adventures pairs very, very well. I did a little save there just in case the game crashed. I do not want to lose anything. Um, this is me checking out all of the space. I am not sure exactly what I was looking for, but I did end up copying over the bathroom, the wallpaper, the windows, the flooring. I also copied over the toilet, sink, and shower tub combo, and then I had to turn all the cheats back on. I must have stopped playing there and come back the next day or something. This build did take me a few days. I just was getting so frustrated building this apartment because of all of the jumping around that kept happening. It was very frustrating for me. But I used almost the same swatch for the shower tub combo. It has like that same blue color on the outside, which matches the other bathroom, so I thought that worked well, but it doesn't have the whales or whatever was on the shower curtain in the kids' room. I also love adding, this is like a little maybe weird. I don't know if a lot of other people who play The Sims do this, but I love adding a little trash can into bathrooms. I think in The Sims, women Sims don't maybe experience having their periods, but in real life, women have that. So I like to put a little trash can in the bathroom so that they can throw away their little, items. Not to be talking about that stuff. That's weird, but you might have seen I tried to raise that mirror up that's in the bathroom and it jumped me back out into the living room. So frustrating. But I also like adding a little medicine cabinet into some bathrooms. I think it looks very cute. This rug is from Nifty Knitting. You can knit that rug yourself. And I really liked how it looked, so I tried to add it into the bedroom, but it just wasn't working. So I went with the yellow swatch of it and then just kind of stacked them up, made sure it all matched up everywhere, and it looked pretty good. And then for the flooring, I was looking for this base game flooring. I really love this base game flooring. I think it is very, very gorge. So I went ahead and put this in basically the whole apartment except for the kids' bedrooms. I did not put the hardwood in the kids' bedrooms. I put carpet in their bedrooms. I just feel like that makes a lot of sense for a kid's room. I had a hard time picking a rug for the kitchen too. I really wanted to like this one. I think it's from Cats and Dogs. I don't know. But I ended up going with this one and I stacked them, of course. Um, and I think that looks very cute. I just love those like woven rugs. They're the cutest rugs in the whole game, I think. And also these ones from Nifty Knitting. Those are so cute. I also had a hard time picking out side tables for the parents' bedroom, but this one is very, very cute. I think this one is from Businesses and Hobbies, and I didn't clutter it a ton. I just put a little light on one side and a little candle on the other. And then I love this little statue. I think it looks like Gru from Despicable Me, so I liked adding that in this build. I don't know why I think it looks like Gru. Also, this wallpaper, I had such a hard time with this wallpaper. I think I edited out like 5 minutes of me going through the swatches, trying to figure out why there is not matching swatches. Like, I don't know why they give us that beautiful green leafy background and then they don't have, like with the white baseboards, and then they don't have one that matches that green with the white baseboards. So I had to do pink so that the baseboards could match, which ended up looking okay, actually. I think that they blended together pretty well. I put the subway tiles in the kitchen too. I think it looks very cute. And then I just add one of these little columns just for like a little bit of separation, so that there's just not such like a hard stop to the subway tiles from the subway tiles to the, wallpaper. And then I put these little picture frames from Growing Together in. Let me tell you, I went in and played for so long after this, trying to get pictures of the family to fill those frames with, and it was so complicated. I don't know why. I have the Moschino stuff pack, but even if you have like the camera and the tripod, it's so hard to take a picture of a toddler. They, for some reason, cannot figure it out. So I spent probably 30 minutes trying to figure out just how to take pictures of toddlers. I ended up on Reddit, and Reddit told me to build a photo studio. So I ended up adding a photo studio to the museum in this little world. What world is this? This is the City Living world. I can't remember the name of it. But anyways, I ended up adding a whole like photo studio there, and then I still couldn't get them to take pictures. It took me so long to figure it out. It was so frustrating, but it ended up working out. I got a bunch of pictures, so I filled all those frames, and I have a bunch of other little pictures hanging all around the apartment, that I took. But I did not change their outfits. Like, whatever they wore to the museum is pretty much what they were wearing. As you can see there, I tried to raise an item and it was jumping all over the place again. I really don't know why that was happening, but yeah, I'm pretty excited to jump into the game and show you guys how everything turned out afterwards. Also, for some reason, I forgot that I had the sticky notes right there, so I end up finding them again and like adding them. I don't know why I did that, but I put them in this little basket. That basket is from Jungle Adventures. Very, very cute basket. And I think that little thing, I don't know what's that called, that has all of the little pens and books and stuff, that's from, I think, Kayla's Cozy Gamer or Comfy Gamer pack. I love that pack. It is so cute. everything was giving me a hard time. I tried to shrink down that little llama. It was not working. Uh, but yep, that is the entryway basically finished. I also spent a very long time trying to find the backpacks from the base game. I don't know what happened. I don't know if they're considered like storage items now, but I could not find them at all. So I had to sort the thing by base game and then just like type the words in. I couldn't find them anywhere, but I found it. I put two of them in here. One of them is for the child sim. Uh, so that's her bag. And then I put another one, I sized it down, said it's like the little toddler's bag. Maybe they walk to school together. She drops her off at daycare or something. I don't know. But now we're jumping into the toddler's room. I had such a hard time with this wallpaper too. I don't know what it is with me and wallpapers for this build, but I was getting very frustrated. I spent probably 10 minutes looking at that, trying to figure out why it switched. Like, why was the green on top and the pink on bottom? Also, that green, I don't know if you could tell, but there are like two green swatches and they're just a little bit different. And so I could not tell which version, like which green was the one that matched that with the strawberries on the top half. So frustrating. And I couldn't find the bed from Eco Living either. I don't know what was going on. I couldn't find anything during this build. Maybe it's because I'm sick, and so I was just having the hardest time ever. But I love this bed from Eco Lifestyle. This little toddler bed is so cute. I like that it has that little bunny in the corner. I also love this base game shelf for kids' rooms or toddlers' rooms. I think it's so cute. I like the swatch that has like the t-shirts and the pants and the shorts and the little undies drawings on it. Like, this is where they store all their clothes. I think it works very well for toddlers or like babies too, because they just are so small. Like, all of their clothes would fit in one of those little cubbies. And then I spent a really long time trying to figure out exactly which big stuffed animal to put in here. I went with this calico cat. I think it's a calico cat. But also, guys, I don't know. Maybe I just haven't played in a long time, or maybe I remember nothing, but I thought that this little kitty mirror, like, I thought it hung lower on the wall because it's for, like, it's from the kids pack or something. But it was up so high, so I had to delete the wall and then alt place it, basically, so that it could be low enough for, like, a toddler to use. And I love this light. Man, I need to remember what all of these items, which packs they're from, but I love that little moonlight. It's very, very cute. I think I also put in the night light so that the kids don't get nightmares. And this is a seat. This is from the backyard stuff kit. I think that's the name of the kit. With like the little movie screen and everything. That seat is very cute, but I kind of used it as almost like a bedside table. Maybe she just has these little things that she built maybe at daycare, and then a cute little lamp. And it took me a while to like get it to fit exactly how I wanted, and it's still clipping a little bit, but I'm just pretending that didn't happen. And for the light in her room, I thought about adding the solar system light, but I ended up adding the cloud light. I think this cloud light is so cute. The only issue I have with it is that it only comes in one size. Like, I wish it had a short, medium, and tall wall height for this light because it looks so cute in kids' rooms. Also, I have never seen that specific like measuring thing before, and there were so many cute swatches. I had the hardest time ever deciding which one, but I ended up going with that one with the two dogs. I think that's so cute. I also put these clocks in both kids' bedrooms. I don't usually add clocks into the build like at all, but I thought that it would look very cute in these rooms. And I did actually had a very hard time with this room figuring out exactly how to design the space, just because it's kind of an odd shape. I wanted to fit that lunchbox somewhere too, but I couldn't. That was me testing to see how big the school projects are. I don't think that there is any space in this whole apartment to do a school project. So that is kind of unfortunate, but I went with this bed. I think this bed is from Seasons. It is very cute. I like the little, I don't know what it's called, but I like the little drapery that it has on them. I think that's very cute. I also love adding little plushies to kids' beds. It makes it just feel more real. This plushie is from Nifty Knitting. You have to do the cheats to unlock this. I think this one is probably ignore gameplay, unlock sentitlement cheat. Um, and I wanted to decorate the area beside her bed too. I ended up putting this little flower and another one sized down. They kind of remind me of the flowers on Patrick's shorts in SpongeBob. Also, I realized as I was looking through these swatches, like, that is probably not appropriate in a kid's room. It has like a shirtless bed and wine bottles. That's very odd. But I put these little, what are those things called? Little trophy like things. I think maybe she like does super well in the spelling bee every year. She's always the winner. Very, very smart kid. I think, and I put this table from Eco Lifestyle. It matched her room so perfectly with the colors. So I don't know if I've ever used that table before, but I thought it was very, very cute. And then I also add this water bottle from Kayla's pack, Cozy Gamer. Maybe it's Comfy Gamer. I cannot remember. I'm very, very sorry, but this water bottle is just so cute. I love the little stickers on it. And then I use this book. I went through the swatches on this book like for probably 5 minutes trying to pick the perfect one. I edited a lot of it out just to go with the hedgehog one that was the first option anyways. And then in this area, I was looking for the nightlight. I was planning to put the nightlight over by the door, but I couldn't find it. So I moved on from that and I started setting up her little dresser area. I love this mirror. It is so cute. I went with this swatch with the little cherry blossoms, and then I checked to see if it was clipping. It was clipping through to the toddler's bedroom, and it still did. So I moved that shelf over a little bit just to cover it up because I wanted to make sure that she has space to move through her bedroom. And then I, I was still looking for the light. I couldn't find the one that I put in the other bedroom. So I think I went with this base game nightlight. It should keep the monsters away so they should not get scared. And then in this little corner, I was thinking maybe I would add like a regular desk where she can sit and do her homework. So I looked at a few. I was trying to pick out exactly which one, looking at the space to see if I could add a desk somewhere else and then keep the little coloring table. I couldn't fit a desk anywhere else, and I thought maybe she could just sit at the kitchen table and do her homework at the table. She doesn't need a little desk in her room. Hung these picture frames here. I feel like she's very, very close with her younger sister. So I wanted to hang little pictures of them together. I also imagine that her younger sister like made those little plate crafts at daycare and brought them home and gave them to her. And she's very proud of them. So she definitely hung them on her wall. And oh, these butterfly lights are so cute. I don't use them that often, but I liked these swatches. I thought they went very well together. The darker ones at the bottom and the lighter ones up at the top. I think it looks very, very beautiful and cute. Perfect for a kid's bedroom. And then this is me just checking out the space again, trying to figure out what else can I fit. I was looking for this item right here. I couldn't find it anywhere, but I like this swatch because it's kind of messy. It's like a hot mess kind of. And I think maybe those are more pictures that her little sister drew for her and she hung them up in her room. And then I went through and added light switches in every every room. I don't do this that often. Sometimes if I remember it, I do it. This was me remembering I should probably set up this bathroom. So I just moved those items around a little bit, threw a light switch in there, and then moved on and put light switches everywhere else. Anyways, I don't usually add light switches. If I think about it and remember, I do, but it's not often that I actually remember to add them. But I did put them in this build in every room. I put 3 in the main room because I wanted it to feel like no matter where you're at, you can turn the lights off, which I think is very realistic in my opinion. I also noticed while I was editing that in this bathroom, in the kids' Jack and Jill bathroom, somehow I ended up putting like a little swatch from the strawberry wallpaper in there. But that's the whole video, guys. This was me adding a little mirror, just checking everything out. Everything looked great. Okay, so now we're just going to jump into the game. This is the apartment that I built for them. This is the little family. They're very, very cute. I'll just give you a little tour of the apartment. I'm not great at this, but I do want to show off all of the pictures that I took because it was such a tedious task for some reason. Also, please forgive me. I'm not sure why the loading screen takes this long. So anyways, this is the whole build. Here are some of the pictures that I added in that I took of them. I think I took these ones just like in the house. But this is the two, the mom and the dad. Here's the daughter. This is Piper. This is a family photo. It's kind of silly. I think they look frustrated because the girls are talking, which I think is so funny. This is Zuri. She's very, very cute. And then over here on this wall, I have, oh, Mama Bear standing right there. I have the kids on the top and bottom with the parents in the middle, and then just like shots of both of the girls again. And then I did, sorry. I didn't end up getting them a fish, so let's get them a fish right here. We'll get them the gummy guppy, which is kind of cute. And then in here, I hung some more pictures on the wall in the bedroom. Uh, but, oh, guys, look at this. Does this not look like Gru, kind of? I don't know why he gives me Gru vibes. He also kind of looks like the bowler hat guy from the movie Meet the Robinsons. I don't know, maybe that's a niche reference. But I think it ended up just looking very, very cute. I really like how it turned out. I probably could have added a little bit more into this bathroom, but I didn't really feel like it. It's a pretty functional apartment too, which makes me super, super happy. Uh, oh, okay. I wanted to make sure that column was still there. The girls' rooms are just so adorable. I really love them. Here you can see I hung some more pictures in her room. Here's her and her little sister being goofy. Here they are being goofy. She's got one with her parents and then like a serious one. Toddlers are so hard to take pictures of, seriously. I struggled so much with that. And then I hung one up in the youngest girl's room too. It's just very, very cute. I also realized when I was editing that I had put a toy on the back of the toilet in here. I don't know why. It's this one. I think this is from the Star Wars pack. But it was just sitting on the back of the toilet. I don't know how or when I did that. But yeah, this is the whole build. I think it came together very nicely. It's very colorful, very fun. I just had so much fun with it. Thanks for watching, guys. Let me know in the comments if there's anything you think I should build next. On Thursday, I will be uploading a base game only build, but I'll definitely be checking the comments to see what kind of builds you guys want to see. So I'm super excited, and I'll see you next time. Bye, guys.